Did you get a notification that I was live? I was live. I was live. I was live. Hello to that empty room we are looking at right now with our random pop-up at 11:05. If
right.
you are here on the replay, I'm not sure what you're looking for. If there's anything worthwhile on this show, we'll clip that shit. We'll clip that shit. We'll put it up there, and you can watch it. So go check if there's anything like that. Otherwise, if it's the replay, hey, I appreciate it. Click that like. Make sure you're connected over here to the Art of Floundering podcast. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing. Hey, Will Dick, the Art of Floundering podcast.
Hey, thanks for this.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. Thanks for this. Because I was noticing, I noticed this because I stream these live puppet shows really late at night. And I really think people would rather just have a conversation at that hour. You know what I mean? But so this is cool, dude. You know, I just thought it'd be cool to get high and talk.
I was watching that. I came over. I was watching it, and I had my earbuds in. Right. And Jess was sitting over there, and I've got the bass and the guitar. There's no room over here to bring her over, so that's why it was. That's the beauty of your show. You keep things moving so much that it works audio. It works from an audio. It's great with the visual, but you keep it going, and you actually do a great job just on an audio. You can listen to your show and really laugh your ass off.
Well, dude, I was looking at because I think I'm gonna republish what I call legacy Spankies. Like, I got a whole Nucky series with Puppet. Hey, Steve, what's up, dude?
Hey, Steve.
I got this whole Nucky series, but it's like very early on. So like all the backgrounds, it's just like a Photoshop picture, you know, that kind of thing. But it's like, it's crude, but it's nothing can substitute for the puppets. So I can't wait to start having them in it. You know what I mean? Because that, to me, makes it goofy.
It does. It adds a whole nother level.
Because the Nucky puppet, like the clown, the Nucky puppet, the actual puppet, I can't keep a straight face with that fucking thing. You know,
I can't keep a straight face with a lot of your work,
puppets, man.
Tonight, it starts off, and I'm not even sure. I think it could have been in a whole nother realm before I got there. Well, it started off with the new kid in school.
Little Hempy.
It started off with Little Hempy.
I'm going to work on that. Yeah,
And then we've got Little Donnie and Little Joey.
Yeah.
And then they're out of the picture. Right. And then we're outside. And then next thing we're in the White House. And we've got, I don't want to, hey, everybody. No. Everybody needs to get over there. That's what I'm saying. Everybody needs to go to the Art of Floundering podcast. If you haven't already checked it out. I enjoy it, and there's, the thing is, and you notice, we're getting exposed to more people, and so we are finding the people that do enjoy that humor. We are finding Falcro loves your work.
Falcro's cool, dude. Yeah,
Falcro loves the Friday night. I wish we were still doing Friday night because Falcro.
Well, that'll be back.
It will. Just It's on hiatus right now for a bit, Hey, everybody out there, hey, there's like 6 people. Hey, thumbs up or down, either one. Just engage.
Yeah,
engage.
A thumbs down inspired one of the greatest songs of all time.
You gotta love those. You gotta love those people.
But I was thinking, dude, there's like a lot of it's weird because I'm gonna be dorky for a second, because like in a way, I see myself as an artist too, in a way. And what I mean is, I'm trying to, even though like all my sets, and I'll never mention it on a puppet show, but if you look at it, they all live in chaos, and that will never ever change. No matter who the character is, it will always be like, what the fuck kind of house is this, right? Kind of thing. And I do that intentionally I don't know if people will get that.
It leaves people with a raw feeling.
That's what
your
I want.
Backgrounds
that.
have such a it really gives that. So whatever goofy shit, whether sliders coming in, they're coming into, even if it's supposed to look nice, there's a bleakness. Yes. There's a bleakness and a darkness to this happy-go-lucky yet
Right,
oh this
exactly.
this is just run down shit. This
Right.
might have looked nice when they did it, but this is some rundown shit. And you've got a lot of that going on. I love
Oh,
all
dude,
that stuff.
it's fun, dude. Because like I'll pull them up so people know who I'm talking about. When I do Spanky's dad, right? And I'm spending a lot of time with my mom, who's really from Atlantic City, which is the genesis of everything. Spanky is Atlantic City, right? But the
Right.
character of Pops, that's my grandfather, dude. He was a cab driver who I was like, my dad was in Vietnam, and I was like between the ages of like 3 to whatever, I'd hang out with him, right? And he would, instead of going to use the toilet, he'd get pissed up drunk and just piss in this bucket in the kitchen. I thought this was normal. I thought he's the coolest fucking dude in the world.
This guy's pissing in this bucket.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to. Oh,
That was my grandfather. He was a cab driver. I thought he was, but then I look back on him, I'm like, oh my God, this guy had some issues. But as a kid, I was like, wow, you're in trouble again. Cool,
oh man. Oh, that's hey. There you go. The art of floundering. Now, you were saying it is art. It is art. This creative. There's a friend of mine locally here. I met his wife, and he's a musician and other stuff, and he's trying to do some stuff, but he's also going through a lot. He's going through a lot in life, as
Right.
everyone is, and he wants to get back to recording. And I wrote on there. I said, creative endeavors are the only thing that keep me sane. It's the
Yeah,
only
dude.
therapy I have found that works. Good luck on the recording. And I actually asked if he does any acoustic work because I'd love to have him come on a Saturday night. But and that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Say, hey, Sarah,
Yeah.
my flock is everywhere.
Peace
Welcome
and love.
in. Peace and love. Peace and love. We're hanging out and discussing we're discussing different
Just,
paths that
arts.
we're going in creatively and other stuff and hey, well, we've got a couple people here Saturday night. And I'm gonna switch to I'm gonna give. Hey, here's the sneak peek at what the branding is gonna look like for the Guitar Zero. I've been working on getting us a setup to
That's
where
right.
we can have different musicians and have this banner that we don't interrupt and have other things that don't get interrupted. And so I'm liking where this is going and where we're going to be able to feature somebody, and also if it's someone new
Love
that just
that.
pops up, I'll be able to put their screen, like I could share their page. Like, I love Weed Live. I'm over there. I'm gonna do this just to have it pop up here and make sure that it works the way I have it set up. If I share a tab, and the one I would want is the I Love Weed Live tab, and if I'm sharing that tab and put that up there, so I can have people's website actually show up if they're new and I haven't already created an overlay, so I can pop up their URL and stuff along those
Dude,
lines.
and it's also, hey, Falcro, peace and love. It's also, dude, it's just clean. It just looks a lot cleaner.
It does. It does.
It looks, yeah.
We had the background where we had I was just using the thumbnails, but they have this new ability to create these layouts, and so I'm trying to utilize that and utilize the overlays, so it should be nice and easy to put together a more. I haven't had as professional a looking thing since I stopped just using OBS and started using StreamYard. And I wanna get something looking better and more professional with what we do. That's the goal here with Guitar Zero. But Guitar Zero, live music, Saturdays 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. We've got keyboard players, we've got guitar players, we've got and it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be it's
Open to everybody.
It's open, and it's me. So I set the bar low. I set the bar quality
Yeah,
real
this
low.
isn't
right off
like
the
walking
bat.
into Guitar Center for anybody who plays guitar and dealing with some. I mean, actually, the Pueblo Guitar Center was badass. I've got to say they were great, but for the most part, you know what I mean, the stereotypical guitar shop guy
Oh
that's
yeah.
really oh, you don't know how to shred properly. Well, fuck you, dude. You know, you fucking poser bastard. You know,
I've known too many of those guys. I've known too many. There, there was a guitar shop here in town, and this we don't have. You have to drive 2 hours to get to a guitar center
Right.
from where I'm at. So there was a music shop in town. It's since closed down, but the guy that worked there, he was one that I had him in my cartoon. I used that whole music shop as a backdrop for that the Bandits cartoon that I had, because I made it out of all the local people, and it was a local band I was in and everything, and he was one because he would get the posers coming in, and he's just sitting there. He was real humble and quiet, and he'd get these guys telling attitudes. You have pricks in all areas.
Right.
I'm sure concrete. I'm sure
Oh,
concrete workers.
it's everywhere.
There's bound to
It's
be
ev-
these
yeah.
pricks that'll tell you how they're better at pouring concrete than anybody else, and they've been doing it longer, and they know all the tricks.
There's like this, dude. There's like this, and I don't want to offend anybody, but there's like this vibe in Colorado, and it's not it's a disingenuous vibe. It's a hippie vibe, but it's not. It's like a poser hippie. It's hard to really. It's hard for me to really articulate. There's only 26 characters in the English language, kind of thing, but it's not like there's real hippies here, authentic hippies, and but it's hard for me to. It's like a hipster kind of mixed in with pop culture gone awry. It's hard to. It's weird.
Well, and you had the values going up. You did have the exodus to Colorado. You had it's the hip thing to do, go to Colorado for a long time, and factor in that we are just starting to see some really big. We're headed right for a recession.
I think people are suckers to put up
Every
with
one
this
of these
here.
people realize, oh, geez, the bottom's falling out again. It was only 14 years ago. Why is this happening again?
Well, dude, because I'm starting over in life, right? And I'm like, I think people are suckers to play this game in Colorado. I won't play it. It's like, okay, the medium income's 30 grand, the medium housing's $500,000. Let's do the math, man. So what?
Right.
Here's the problem with that. Not to be all analytical, but if you have young people that aren't able to fully participate in the economy, then you have things getting put off like families. And then we're going to turn into South Korea, which is where you have a bunch of young people that have to live at home until they're in almost their 40s because they can't afford the cost of living. And so they're not and so you have this population decline. I mean, I think it's a serious
worse
issue.
than that. We're already beyond the fears that you're mentioning. We are already our population has become this column.
Yeah.
With smaller and smaller as opposed to a pyramid where we have no middle class to pay for the huge amount of aging that we have. There are no opportunities for the young in the country. Our hope and all that we can do, and this is happening all across China. This is happening in so many different areas right now, all in Europe. We're all going to go through about 15 to 20 years, and basically until the baby boom's thin, basically until until you and I are getting up there at the end. And okay, things might start to get better, but right now it's we've got to wait. Everybody is going to be burdened with care for elderly, like has never happened before.
Oh, dude.
Because the facilities are not there and the robots aren't done yet.
Oh,
we
dude,
have to
I
hope
know.
for the robots or the AI to be able to take care of just the elderly in this country.
Well, dude,
that's where we're headed.
It's like this, it's like we're always improving, we're whatever, right? And now, if you look at what's happening with AI, and it's kind of like it's a lot faster than I thought it would be, but this is just the tip of the iceberg, man. Where they had an artist that said, "Hey, I know you're gonna make AI versions of my music, so go ahead and do it. Just give me 10% of the take." You know?
Yeah, it's inevitable. And,
Yeah.
what I found interesting was Adobe, as AI started to emerge, and now they have had their AI sensei. They call it sensei within their programs to auto remix music to do different things for you. But when all these sites started to come out, there was the Adobe evangelists all started to speak out. They all started to say, "Oh, this is not art. This is not. You don't have the artistic expression. This is still." And there was almost they were against it, and now they all have to shut their mouths about that, because now they have their Adobe. Is it Express? I can't remember what the product is now, where it is all AI generated, but lets you interact with it to
Yeah.
define it better. So now they're having to kind of sell you on the idea, but this allows you to be artistic with it. It's been interesting to watch.
It's like it's one thing.
AJ's Adventures, howdy.
Right on.
And Blue Unicorn. I wanted to make sure I said hi. I wanted to make sure.
I agree, dude. I agree with your comment. I'm just saying though, when you push that into your early 30s and stuff, that's putting off having families and stuff, because the odds of you like, having a lot of nookie in the same house with your parents is probably slim to none in most cases.
That is the and you are right. We are a selfish nation. We are, in a sense, we're brought up to be narcissistic because we're supposed to think of ourselves. And really, you're the only one experiencing your own reality, so
Right,
it's justified.
right.
It's justified. I mean, is there? Where does your morality lie? Where is the? Well, what does it matter? None of this is real. Fuck it all. I'll be dead. All these things do apply. Philosophically, you could justify almost anything, but we are selfish by nature, and we do not have any death care. We have this cling to it fucking in our healthcare system, which is bleeding us. I don't know if you noticed, but hey, Europe, you can't play all the ads for the drugs in Europe that we play here. There's billions of dollars in advertising every year. We are fucking idiots here. So, that's the way it's going to be. I'm not justifying any of it. Hey, I'll be dead one day. We'll see how it goes later. I don't.
No,
It's not
dude.
my world.
Yeah.
It's
No,
none of
yeah.
our world. It's none of
It's
ours.
funny, man, because I think, all the last year and a half before my surgery, banging ketamine once or twice a month, dude. It really started doing a number on my head about whether or not this is a simulation. And then have you looked into the double slit experiment? Are you familiar with this?
Where reality is not, you have all the different waves, the interference waves.
It will
that
if
cause,
if you're observing it, it will react like it's supposed to. If you don't observe it, it doesn't react like it's like the laws of physics you would think.
all
It's quantum
possible
engineering.
outcomes
Yeah.
exist from that one point.
But it just kind of shows that the system or the simulation's not going to put a lot of time and effort unless, much like a game. Like if you look at a game, there's not a lot of pixels to weigh what's way off in the distance until you're there, right?
Everything that we've been able to, and I have to use the word observe, everything we've been able to observe and measure about our universe does kind of fall into this could all be a simulation. What
Dude,
is reality?
yeah.
What is consciousness? Where does your next thought come from?
Yeah.
Where does it? Do you choose what your next thought's going to be? Do you have control over it? There's so many, and there's great lectures. And if you got nothing but time, there's a lot that you can actually deep dive into and
Dude,
and check
fucking
out.
ketamine, man. I can't. God damn. I can't. I'm almost. it would be nice to, shrooms, on occasion. I can't. I mean, that ketamine. I got to tell you, dude. After one of those trips, my head was zapped for about 2 weeks after that.
Now, I'm reading Blue Unicorn here, and I don't know. I don't know. People are really easily fucking controlled, and it all the basic wisdom, divide and conquer. Tell me. I mean, just look at college at football. Just look at sports. People can so easily be put into camps, and hey, let's root for this. And you see it in our politics in this country. That there isn't a party that gives a shit about the people. Then there's two parties. We're divided and conquered. And there'll never be a successful third as long as those two parties. And basically it's, hey, Republicans, clean your fucking house. Democrats, clean your fucking house. Both of you are putting shit candidates that are making you angry about what they want you to be fucking angry about and believe all sorts of bullshit when it's basically oligarchs just fucking taking all our money. What is it? Vanguard and BlackRock are going to own everything by 2028. Well, I mean, all the truth is in the money getting drained out of us, and
I tend to be a little bit more hopeful, and
you're foolish. Well, you do more drugs than I do. Maybe you do better drugs than I.
Exactly. I'm better lying to myself.
Maybe but you are. Maybe
I think a lot of this has to do with just our social programming. I mean, it's like from birth, and there's middle ground to all this, but at birth it's, the team comes first, the mission before this, the this, the that, the institution. So we're programmed. And so we have all these institutions that we create, like police departments and hospitals and colleges and all these things that are there to serve us. But if you really look at how all of us operate, is we serve the institution first. And if you don't believe me, think about any time there's an accident where you work at, what senior management's going to say. What's our exposure?
Yeah.
And I've seen it like, and it's not, and I just think, I think there's middle ground, but I think we need to recognize the fallacy of, because that leads into, you could slip into some authoritarianism easily, if you go too crazy, once again, the extremes, the sweet spot's the middle, but I do think it's an issue.
I think, I'm almost Tobacco Road with it all. Blow it up, start all over again. It's I actually am just welcoming.
Well, that's
bring AI.
coming,
like I'm saying, you're more hopeful than I am. I'm blow it up and start all over again. AI. I think AI. I want it to make the choice. I really want it to make. I don't trust humanity to make the right choice. I know too many dumb humans. And so I'm just waiting for AI to come around and decide our future for us. Maybe I'll be alive to see that. I hope I can make it laugh.
Well,
and it wants to keep me around for a while. Hey, I like your personality, dude. I'm going to keep you around. It's
like, once we started like being able to eat meat and higher protein foods, our brains got bigger and we started thinking all this bullshit. So I wonder, I'm just throwing it out there, dude. Like now that AI is going to, we've it fully implemented, it could take care of 90%. I'm not talking now, but I'm saying down the road. So in that world, now we freed up. I mean, we could be like, 2,000 years, these big bubble heads, man, like these aliens we draw. Is that what, are we evolving to that?
That would be
and are the aliens really us? Okay. And the other reason why I think this is a simulation is because we would see more signs of alien life if this were real. Think about it. Think about probabilities.
Well, there's a couple of things that do make you think. Let me say hi.
Yo, yeah, man, yeah.
Danny Stanton. Hey, Ricky. Wow. Hey. I see people out here.
Bring them
Anthony,
on.
I wanted to say hey to you. I wanted to make sure I said hi. Let me go up and see if I'd missed anybody up there. I
I
hope
love
everybody's
weed. Did you
had a
say I
good.
love weed?
I see. I love weed. I see.
Yeah,
I
peace
love
and
weed.
love in the
Hey,
house, dude.
hey, you sexy stoners.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
love
yeah.
weed life. Everybody should love weed life. Should we? Should we invite people to come up?
That would, yeah, dude. This is like a whatever.
I'm gonna drop
fucking
the
thing.
link
Yeah.
to see if anybody feels like
They could talk life,
feels
dude.
like
I mean,
coming
I
up.
don't think what we're talking
Which
about is
is
really
bullshit.
that compelling.
This was just I'm showing. Here's the link if anybody feels like coming up. You gotta have your camera on. You gotta have your camera on. Sorry, I don't want to talk to a picture. I don't want to talk to a picture. Have your camera on. That's just it's live stream.
Unless you're shooting up pot, man, because I know some of you don't want to be seen shooting up your weed on the live stream.
Hey,
Rich
maybe,
and I are out of the closet
now
with it.
I
We'll shoot.
am,
We'll
yeah.
shoot up.
No, I am all in there. You better be shooting up pot. That's what I'm thinking. You better be shooting up pot. That's what my whole thing's about. Let me get this hidden here.
I'm still wrestling with the fact that if I go to Kansas, I'm a felon. Isn't it? I just challenge the government to fucking do something.
Man, they get this government doesn't care. This government, but and that's why we play music, everybody. That's why we play music, and that's why we do. That's why we
That's
do
why
warped
we laugh,
comedy,
man, because it doesn't make sense, dude. None
warped
of this-
comedy. It's the only thing that, because all those other questions, there was, if you think about the amount of energy that it takes for us to leave our planet, the amount of propellant needed, and most of the worlds, the rocky worlds, and even the ones in the Goldilocks zones and the others that we're seeing, they're maybe at a mass of 1.5, 2 times our size. Some are 10 times our mass. The amount of propellant, when you start looking at these larger masses, goes up exponentially to be able to break away from gravity, and you end up with propellant sizes the size of pyramids, where the propellant, you'd need that amount of mass to actually be able to get off the planet. And so that could cut down on the number of that we may be in a galaxy with a lot of smart people that aren't able to really get things into orbit and aren't able to they're having to find other ways to they can't get out there,
or it could be that species can only evolve to a certain point before they wipe themselves out.
That's the other.
And you look at technology. I mean, we're yeah. I mean, yeah.
And that's the other. Do they wipe themselves out? I tend to really lean towards AI, and as being it is the future. I've never thought of evolution as the evolution of man. It's the evolution of matter. It's the universe trying to figure itself out, and so the next step is a more stable artificial, using quantum entanglement to actually be able to communicate over great distances, that it can live to spread out and bring a consciousness to the entire galaxy, if not then the universe.
You're talking like we're on shrooms right now. Dude.
I know. Yeah. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of the marijuana that I
it's
have
great,
had.
dude. I mean, it's like if there's I fell away from religion a very long time ago, but weed leads me to believe that while it's probably not some patriarchal thing in the sky, that it's a gift from something, because if you just look at it, what all it does. You know what I mean? I mean, fuck,
Our
dude.
brains run off of cannabinoids.
Oh, I know.
It is 12,000 years ago. There's evidence of it's the first cultivated plant in this intelligence. You were talking earlier about aliens. See, I believe all those USOs, and I believe a lot of this are actually the survivors of the people that built the pyramids. We went into an ice age, and hey, there were other primates up there. There were other people that lived on the planet.
You talk about the Younger Dryas and all that.
Well, think about the time machine. Think about the story of the time machine, where you go into the future, and you have the Eloy who had gone underground, and you have the others that had remained. Would you have a situation in the past where something bad was going to happen? and you had the technology, and those people went under, and they have these craft. They're the UFOs. They're Earth beings. We don't know whether aliens in the past or some crap like that. Not saying anything like that. That it totally could be that not everybody, because we know not all mankind died off. Were there some that had the arcs, that had the undersea? We're gonna make it through this in our bunkers, if you say, if you will. And they had this advanced technology, and the people who were driving 99 Hyundais at the time, the equivalent, the workers that were working at the dollar store at that time, those people that got stuck on the surface, well, they were knocked back to the Stone Age, and their ancestors are us. And these are the other people down there under the water. Like I say, it was a lot of weed. I had a lot of weed. So it's.
Well, I always thought, it would be cool. Like, let's just pretend that some of this stuff is true, and it's this anti-gravity technology where they're basically changing the properties of the metal, and when that changes, it's anti-gravity. That would be badass, man, if we could really figure that one out. Sounds simple, but wouldn't that be cool if we can get our hands on that kind of technology?
Well, I'm hoping
go to Saturn like now.
It would be nice.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we won't kill ourselves before any of that happens. Maybe AI will let us live while it figures it out. I don't know. I don't have
Well, AI could terraform Mars, dude. We could if there's any of that bullshit stuff that needs to be done before, because we're not that hardy of a species, and throw AI out there, some AI bots.
We're not that hardy. We're kind of whiny. We're an infestation. I mean, we destroy everything. If the Earth was a house, are we not termites? Are we not something just tearing the shit out of the foundation and everything? Hey, dig that up out of the ground. Hey, cut all that down. Hey, let's do this. Dump that shit in that river. That's what we do. That's what we do. Eloy, we're above ground. Okay. See, again, weed. Sometimes details are lost in the moment. Yes, right on.
Yeah, exactly.
And the shrooms, nature.
Yeah, getting back to weed. To just use that for pain.
Getting back to
else,
nature.
Man.
There you go, H.G. Wells. And Bill Burr did a whole thing about how none of them will actually mention that 85% of the you want to solve the problems? 85% of the population, we got too many people. We just got too many people. And we've got plenty. You can't have unlimited growth if you limit the population and everything along those lines. But that no, and all the you talk about the eugenics, and then the Georgia. Did you hear about the Georgia Stones? What were they called? The Georgia Guidestones. It was a monument in North Georgia that was put up, I believe, in the 80s. I believe it was in the 80s. It was a secret. People had put it up. We don't know who it was. Well, they found out who it was. The Bilderberg Group had funded this, but it had the 10 guidelines for what you do when society falls. Limit the population of the planet to 500 million. Different things about what's important, what shouldn't be important. All this different stuff. Well, somebody went and tried to blow it up last year, I believe it was, and the thing was, it blew up. It didn't bring the whole thing down, but the site was razed at like 6 a.m. the next morning after they'd captured the footage of somebody. There was an explosion. It was some small explosion, right? Wow. There's a crew out that completely razed the entire site. Bulldozed everything and cleared it by basically the time the sun had come up the next morning, which says, oh, what were they trying to hide? They did the explosion, but this was a part of the whole population control group and everything else, and and but they did get blown up, and they are stones that I've known of for 20 years. Mike's out there. I see
Yeah.
Mike's out there.
Yep. Anti-attack. Yep. Peace and love. I'll
There
say
you
this,
go.
dude. I wouldn't, I think it's way harder now than it was when I was a younger person. I wouldn't have the first idea. I'm old enough. I'll be 58 in a couple weeks. So back then, there was a couple of gateway paths you could sort of follow. Now it's like fucking forget it.
Couple of things to keep in mind if you ever start feeling bad. My dad, I'm 54. My father's mid 70s, and until he had to use an outhouse until the age of 7. Until the age of 7. So in the 50s. So
Right.
we're only like 70, and even there were
I
still
know.
some after that. We're 70. We're not using outhouses. Most of us, a lot of us, have fucking climate control fucking homes. Think
Clean
about
water.
when we live. Right
Yeah.
now, there's a power grid. Right now, there's a fucking power grid. Now, it could all go to shit in another 10 years, and we go back to the Stone Age. But we made it to this point, right? I mean, we made it. We got to live during this period of time.
I know.
They say what 100 billion, possibly 100 billion humans since humans have come around. That many generations over the whatever their origin of when mankind came. Think about how fucking lucky we are, especially us. Especially us. We're the 4% in the U.S. shitting on the rest of the world. Shitting on the rest of the world.
Hey, there he is.
Hey,
What's
we've
up,
got a
man?
stoner down here.
Hey, man.
Everybody,
Well, hello there.
everybody.
What's happening, man?
This is Troy from
I had to
Our
match your
Lovely
vibes. That's too
Life.
bright.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Yay!
Now, you are in the lovely city of Seattle, correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, and weed is it's almost encouraged, isn't it? Doesn't the state actually
It
send
is
out-
encouraged.
It
I have
is
it- I have
encouraged.
We can smoke on the street and they won't say
See,
or do
this
shit.
is why Colorado's bullshit. See, that's the way it needs to be. Because even
I
in
just recently
Oklahoma,
discovered this. So okay, here's full disclosure though. So this actually came under the blanket of a law that I don't like because they allow you to smoke any drug in public. They were encouraging the addicts to use in public so that way they could find their bodies if they OD'd. So okay, so that's what made that legal, so you could smoke weed in public.
Okay.
But they're now modifying the law. Like presently, this is happening as we speak. They're modifying the law so that way all the other shit they can't. But they're keeping weed legal, so you can still smoke on the streets. You can still smoke
Good.
weed in public.
and that really should be.
me.
I mean, it's weird, Wes. I mean, you would think Colorado of all places, but it's kind of uptight. It really is. Obviously, it doesn't impact my behavior whatsoever. But I'm the only one doing it.
America,
Yeah.
America.
I'm still the only thing that'll stop me from smoking is somebody walking by with kids. Other
Well,
than
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that's the only thing that'll stop me from smoking in public.
Yeah.
If
Gotta
there's
put
a
it
cop,
out to smack them around.
fuck you, dude. Say
Is that what
something.
you do? You smack them
Huh?
around. I gotta put out this joint so I can smack this guy.
Yeah, fucking God,
Fucking kids.
damn it! Get the fuck out of here! Come on, what the fuck?
Well, now, so,
Got rid of my kids
so
a while
you
ago.
had a bit of luck. You were talking about on your show. You jumped. Was it 140
I think
subs?
actually we've gone up since then. So I think like 150 something.
Right on, dude. I'm so happy.
Hang on.
Dude, we've gone up
I'm
10
on you.
since then.
I'm on
That's
what,
awesome.
921. I'm seeing 921.
12 since the live.
Have you checked your mentions?
Okay, so I did. There's nothing, but here's my thing. My studio is fucking stupid. I might have to check it on the computer. No, did we check on the computer? We did. We checked on the computer. Okay, so my recent subscribers, it shows 2 people in like the last 14 days, and I know for a fact I know people that have just recently subscribed in the last couple days, and they don't show up in there. So it's like, yes, I should be happy that I'm getting these, but I'm not seeing results. I want people. I don't want numbers.
Yeah,
You know?
I hear what you're saying.
Something to think about, though. You have enough people.
True.
You need numbers. You need another 100 so that the people that you have are then because you are already generating. You are already generating views. You are already generating and interacting with a good audience. If another 100 that you never see people show up and suddenly you're monetized, boom, then you've got your people.
I don't want to monetize though. That's
And I'm going to tell you again, you're just wrong.
I understand this. I understand this.
You have personality. You have content. You have a product. You have a community. And everybody that watches you would want you. People would watch through your ads that are in the community because they'd want to see you make something out of this.
I think what
I
makes your
get that 100%, but I don't think YouTube would approve it.
Hey Troy, what I think makes your show so cool is I can tell that you guys are doing it because you dig it, and you're not like focusing on what's going to get this kind of that fucking reaction. Stay true. Just stay true to your vibe, because everything else will take care of itself.
That's what we plan at.
Yeah,
that's what's so big.
Yeah.
For us, this doesn't change anything for me. Like, I'll probably still do a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers just because that's the right thing to do. But like at the end of the day, I like slow growth because I like to get to know people. I like to be, I like to know, hey, it's your birthday today. I know you're this old. Just stupid shit. That's a dumb example. Yeah. I'm high, but like, it's like I want to get to know you. It's a get to know you thing. It's not I just want numbers and to be popular and get famous and everybody to, have my name in their mouth and shit like that. I don't want that. I want lots of good quality people that I can hang with when I get off work, and I can just fucking enjoy my hour and a half, 2 hours, that I have of peace of mind smoking with my friends, Mm-hmm. That's all I want. After that, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm going to eat food and I'm going to bed so I can do it all over tomorrow.
You have those 20 or 30 people. You also have maybe, 70, 80 people that are lurkers that are watching your show.
Yeah.
They'll all watch ads too.
It says we have an average of 940 people.
Just stop with this. I don't want monetization. Just stop saying it. Just stop saying it. You don't have to just stop saying it. That's all.
I don't think it's realistic anyway.
You just...
Oh no, dude.
I mean,
here's my fear.
I think weed cultures.
Here's my fear. This is transparency. My real fear is this: that I try to, and now I have myself on the radar. They've now checked into my shit. They're now looking at my shit, and oh my gosh, Troy breaks so many community standards. Then I don't want to get shut down.
You up when you're breaking community standards. And I know people that have gotten monetization that are doing. I don't know anything you're doing that they wouldn't.
Yeah,
be doing.
I mean, it's not.
They may
for kids,
not allow AdSense. You might not have a lot of luck with AdSense. You may, but memberships and other different types of ads, putting out some of your other shorts and other stuff. I'm telling you, it could. Because you have a community that's not going away, and you are building. You're going to be to that point. Just write it. Let them see. And then if there's any adjustments, they're going to be something you'll be able to make. If you need to get to where you're just using music that is copyright free, well, just do with that. Because the community's getting baked. It's not about the music. It's about you guys all getting baked together and being peace and love, That's what your show's
We know
about.
people that make music. We can just fucking use somebody's music that we know.
Dude, and that becomes another beautiful avenue for your show.
Music's got 1,000 independent artists in his playlist. You could just be playing the videos out of his playlist or pick the ones you wanted.
I have this other guy. What's his name? That Dan, Shredding with Dan. What is it?
Huh? Wes, I'll be right back.
Dan
I got
Anderson.
soda.
Hey, do it.
Dan Anderson. Shredding with Dan Anderson. This guy plays guitar, and oh my gosh, he just shreds it all day long. Just guitar riffs. You know him, don't you, Wes? Dan Anderson?
I have. It was Gampro had sent me Dan Anderson. He'd sent me a link. To watch some of the videos. So I have seen Dan's stuff.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like
There
that's
are
something
so
else.
many.
He plays his songs in your background, dude. He doesn't want anything for it. It's just about sharing his music. That's all it
I have
is.
gotten connected to so many great musicians recently, and there are just so many. I mean, I already knew there were a ton of guitarists that were out there that are just smoking, right? And now I'm actually getting to meet a bunch of them. And here's one of them. Les, the last comment you had written, it was something about getting in touch with you because you couldn't catch me on Instagram. I'm gonna get to you on there. You are getting your invite for Saturday. Saturday, everybody, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time. We're gonna do our Guitar Zero show, and we're gonna have some fun doing that Guitar Zero. Let me say hi to
Are
Rudy
you
as
high
well.
on marijuana? It is fun. Sorry. I'm doing a dab real quick, and then I'm gonna hop out of here, Wes. I'm gonna get headed to bed. Got a big day of work tomorrow.
See, the Blue Unicorn's got originals. There's so many musicians that just want exposure. That just want people to appreciate their work. And that's what you want people to appreciate your show. You want to appreciate the vibe. And musicians want the same thing. That's why there's so many of them that are out there that would just love to have that.
Plus Seattle, dude, that's got to have a. I mean, memory serves. That's a pretty badass local music scene too.
Definitely.
Oh, dude,
definitely.
Sub
yes.
Pop records, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, the history, dude.
Museum of Pop Culture is here, and it is the coolest fucking thing since sliced bread. Let me tell you.
What
All right, I got to mute
What
for a
happened?
second. Got
Golf
to torch
game.
it up.
Yeah, it was my big. When I went to my high school graduation, I graduated high school in Tacoma, but I remember going to Jimi Hendrix's grave. That was my big, bucket list item.
Yes. That's I'm not in agreement with the Art of Floundering podcast. I do not want to get anybody off the pot. I'm trying to get everybody on the pot. I think if the world were full of, I thought about doing a mock hemp for humanity,
Fuck
hemp
yeah.
for humanity. Have it be brought to you, and I was gonna like
Telethon.
South Park does when they use an actual character's head and they just cut the line and have the mouth move up and down. I was gonna use Greta. And Greta Thunberg was gonna be hemp for humanity. Everybody needs to grow and smoke. We're gonna fill the air with oxygen. We're gonna fill the air with pot smoke. Yeah, I was going to do the voice for Greta and everything, and I may still, because now I'm actually laughing about it in my head, and it's like, oh, that was a project I thought about. That would be funny.
It would be
could
funny,
still
dude.
work. And people hate Greta. And people
I'm in
love
Colorado, Blue Unicorn. I'm in Colorado Springs. A million years ago, I used to live in Manitou Springs. Loveland, okay, that's like Denver's. Not well. It's been a while. It's a ski area.
It
right?
was
Like
mid
Arapahoe
90s.
Basin,
I was in
Loveland.
Loveland, Colorado. I
Come
had
on,
to do a presentation at the Board of Education for a point of sale system, and I stayed at this beautiful. I can't remember the name of it, but I had just stayed in the Poconos. I paid $300 for a locker. I mean, it felt like a fucking locker. It was a small ass room with a little bed and a closet kind of thing that I had. It was really this old resort, the Split Rock Resort somewhere in the Poconos. Well, so I spent $300 there. I go out to Loveland, Colorado, and and they say, "Well, I said, do you have a bigger room? Do you have a bigger room? I want a room with a big bed and all that, or a hot tub." And well, we do have a room that's got a hot tub and a skylight and everything. It's a nice, but that room's $62, and it was just, oh yes, I am in a, yes, I will take that room. Upgrade me to that room for the entire time. I'm gonna spend a fifth of what I spent out there in the Poconos for 8 times the amount of room that I had.
Well, Blue Unicorn, when I lived in Manitou, I used to call it the ghetto by Pikes Peak. I mean, it was not, I always thought it would turn into like what it turned into, which is ridiculously overpriced real estate. But back when I was there, wasn't the case. It was like dirt. I mean, compared to the rest of Colorado, it was cheap. Now
Everybody
it's
catching Smokey over here taking dab hits. Legally.
I know, dude. I can't do. It's like just flour, man. I wish.
I'm a flower. Of course, if I
I
had
love flour
dabs.
too.
Yeah, I know you
I
do.
love flour too. Dude, I'll smoke tough on the weekends when we go for walks.
Look at all those mats behind you and everything else. There's just
It's
so
so
much.
cool.
See,
I have another
there's
wall
so
over
much
there that's
money
covered.
involved in doing those dabs and everything else. It's just
There is.
with flour. It's $1.40 for 100 pack of top papers. That's what it
My
is.
most expensive rig is my flour rig.
Well, then you're doing it wrong.
Not true. No, I'm wrong. This is actually my most expensive rig.
Hey.
The smallest
Les
is the
here.
most expensive.
Hello,
Well,
Les. Hello, Les. Welcome in.
All right, I'm about to bounce out of here, Wes.
All right, peace and love, Troy. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you guys have a
man.
wonderful night. Thanks for having me up. I appreciate it.
Man,
Hey,
anytime,
everybody,
man.
drop your link before you totally take off. Hashtag awesome.
I will. I'll hashtag
Everybody
awesome.
get
Peace and
connected
love,
to
man.
I Love Weed Live. I want to freak them out with more subs. I want them to be bothered by it.
Who's leaving?
Man, I
Who's
appreciate
leaving?
it. I'm
Troy
leaving.
is. Troy.
This guy. Hi, Les.
All right,
What's up, Les? How you doing, man?
this guy.
Peace
I'm
and
Troy.
love, Troy.
Hey, Troy,
Later,
how you
guys.
doing? All right, man.
Troy.
See you later. Then.
See you later.
How you doing, Les?
Doing all right, man.
What
Doing
you
all
up to
right.
this evening?
Just sitting around doing the old guitar stuff, you know.
Hey, do you want to play one for the people?
Oh shit.
Are you going to be able to? Well, I mean, I'm not. There's no. We're not making any. This is
Yeah,
random.
everything's
I haven't even picked mine up. So I mean, you can hang and talk. But if you'd like to play, I'm fine with. Make sure that your link. Well, I should have it. I should have it recently on up here. But let's. I can go right over here and get to it the way I need to. Cause searching everything. Oh, I hate
Oh
searching.
shit, man. Let me do this right quick if I'm gonna
Yeah, this
do
will
any
be
kind
good.
of thing.
If you're up for wanting to play.
Yeah, let me
I
just
get-
get myself. a
Fuck yeah,
drum.
man. Rock and roll.
No,
Right.
just,
on.
Rock
I'm
and roll
gonna
hoochie
do-
coo.
is I'm gonna.
Oh shit. All right.
Rock and roll.
Oh,
hoochie
I'm
coo.
gonna switch brands and everything. This is.
Lordy mama. I think that's gonna be the next cover.
I'm gonna use my test branding here for the. For
I'm gonna
this.
use this as an opportunity to. I'll be right back.
Not a problem.
This thing sound decent or
I'm
Too
liking
much.
that. I'm liking everybody out there. This is a hey Andre, good to see you. And hey, let me just mention, I Love Weed Live had dropped their link. So everybody, if you're not connected to them, Troy and Bagel, great people. Out there, everybody. Hey, thank
about
you,
that.
Auntie. Auntie dropped your link, Les. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is less is more. Gonna do some wailing on that guitar, man. Bring it.
sure. All right, I'm just kidding. Right? All right, man. I didn't want to play too much or anything. I was just kind of
I was loving
messing
that.
around a
I
little
was
bit.
loving that. That was I've got Auntie had
Kick
dropped your
ass.
link out there. Your link is out in the chat, and I've got your homepage over here showing on the next to you. Make sure everybody get out there and subscribe. Les is going to be here with us on. I'm hoping he can make it part of the time on Saturday night. Let me
Right.
pop us up here in this configuration.
I
Saturday
do.
night, if you look at the up at the top, live music Saturdays from 7 to 10 p.m. And
I do
Les,
plan on being there.
I'm gonna have, if you know, I'm testing out. These are the new layouts for Guitar Zero. The screens that I'm
Cool.
using right now. This is going to be the one for performances. Everyone else will be across the bottom. And right now, because I haven't finished all the overlays, there's a overlay that's going to be here that's going to have your link and stuff. But I also wanted to have the. Do you have? And I want to ask. You don't have any other socials listed?
Yeah, really. I don't. I mean, I do have an Instagram. I think I've posted one thing of me playing the bass on it at one point, but that's it. I'm not even sure how to get to it.
Uh, check on. You ought to do that so people, or at least if you've got a Gmail for your for this account or something,
Right.
and you can always here. Let me pop back to where you're not just sitting out there big. Let me do this. Get. You ought to put some contact information up there in case somebody wants to get in touch with you, because otherwise they
Right.
got to leave a comment or something. Uh,
Right.
and if there's anything that you want added too, because I'm going to have your YouTube, your channel link and everything listed, and some stuff like that. But any other details, like I figure I'd put buy me a coffee, Cash App, stuff like that up for tips,
Right on.
things
Right
along
on, man.
those
Right.
lines. So any of
Sure.
that you wanna get in touch with me now. Well, if so you can't get into your YouTube? Is that what you're or into your Instagram? Was that I
Yeah.
haven't. I only read what was showing on the new because I'd have to click. I was only passing. I haven't gone to actually respond to comments, but I noticed that you said you couldn't find my Instagram.
Right.
If you got email, richnewdesign at gmail is my
Okay.
email
That'll
account.
work. Okay.
Richnewdesign at gmail. And if you go to my page over on the
Mhm.
about, it's got
Okay.
that listed on there too. So and it should be Not in this video's description, but in a lot of the others, it should have the email
All right.
listed in case. But richnewdesign@gmail.com. That way I'll have an email on you. And if there's
No doubt.
anything you want added to that, because it's going to pop up while you're playing. I'm going to make one for Dom. I'm going to make one for Chris.
Okay.
You know, the people that I'm sending invites to
Man,
that
that's
I'll
awesome.
know. If I
That's
don't
awesome.
know them, then I still have the ability to pop up their page over there to the side, like I did with yours just now. But
Sure. No,
hey,
that's-
what do you think of the color scheme and the borders and everything on this?
yeah, it's nice, man. There's nothing wrong with that. It looks good.
I think it'll look sharp. You
Yeah,
got
it's sharp.
you got a guitar in your lap. You getting ready to play a guitar over there? Will Dick, the Art of Floundering podcast.
Cool.
I don't know yet, man. I was just kind of,
But
You know what I mean.
what I want you to do when you decide, I want you to yell now. I want you to yell now, and I'll just
let's go ahead. We'll just call this jazz.
let's just call
Can you
this-
hear the guitar?
Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd bring the guitar up a smidge. I'd bring the guitar up a smidge.
Let's try
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Just do a real quick one, man. Well, I've been there, man. I've done that. You can't tell me a goddamn thing. Well, okay, boomer. I don't think so. Back in my day, well, things were hard. Well, okay, boomer. I don't think so. Back in my day, we told a lie. Well, I got a truck. It's a big damn truck. I dig Jesus and authoritarianism. This here's America, land of the free. Hey hippie, love it or leave it. Well, okay, boomer. Yeah, kids, stay off the dope. I don't think so. Back in my day, things are real hard, man. All right, thank you very much, kids. That was okay. That was it. That was it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good shit, man.
There we
the
go.
kids.
There we go. It's past my bewitching hour.
Dude, yeah,
ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
beat, dude. I'm beat.
Les,
pot.
Rich New Design at Gmail. Get that over to me. And
I will.
there's a bunch of other. And Shelly Michelle Morrison came in, and Independent Many United. I want to thank everybody.
Thank
that
you.
has come
Peace
on
and
out.
love, everybody, for being so kind.
We are gonna have Guitar Zero. This is we're testing out the borders and everything, and that's what I was doing tonight with this pop up here with co-host Will Dick, the Art of
Thank
Floundering
you.
podcast.
Had a blast.
We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna be doing
That
that,
was
on
great, man.
Saturday night, 7 to 10. You're gonna pop in sometime and play some music with us, right, Les?
I
On
plan
Saturday.
to. Yeah.
I want to make
Evening
sure.
of peace, love, and the hemp plant, man. So
Peace,
join us.
love, and the hemp plant. Whatever you, if you're like us, and you're spending your Saturday night at home, we're gonna be playing music and we're gonna be having some fun. So
right.
come on by and play some music and have some fun with us. I want to drop I want to drop Les's link here. I just dropped it in the chat. If you're not connected already, make sure and get connected. Drop your link out there. Hashtag awesome. It does take sometimes 12 hours, 10 hours or so for the live chat to show up. So if you want to go back through to see some of the things, the live chat should be on the one for yesterday. Everybody, peace. Steve, I hope you, Steve Pumphrey, thank you for hanging out. And everybody out there.
Yeah, everybody, man. Thank
Mike,
you. It's flattering.
Thank you, Rich. Thank
great
you.
seeing, and thank you for coming up. Thank you for
Yeah,
coming up, Les.
that was
I appreciate
awesome,
it.
Les. Thank you, dude.
Hey,
Peace
man,
and
no
love,
problem.
everybody. Go ahead, Les.
I was just going to say, I'll connect with the Art of Flattering there shortly.
Yeah,
No
Do
doubt.
that.
That was
Do that.
great,
His
man. That was
link,
awesome.
I've been dropping
Oh,
his link
thank you.
out there and everything.
Yeah.
His link is out there. There's a bunch Nightbot
All
has
right.
been dropping. Please get connected to everybody.
I will.
Everybody
No
out there, and hang on a second.
I love
let
it.
me see
Stay
what we have.
smooth, all. Chief Thunderlung. Peace and love.
Stay smooth.
I love it.
Falcro.
Stay smooth,
Falcro's got a
all.
live coming Wednesday. Is it 10
I'm there.
p.m. on Wednesday?
I'm
the Falcro?
there.
And then I want to mention Mr. Smith tomorrow night, drummer, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then 8 p.m. Eastern time is going to be Dom Torregrosa
right.
is going to have his live. And then on Wednesday, the Falcro's got live that evening. There's lives all over. Conspiracy Music, I believe, is moving his to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Check to make sure, because he is moving his Friday night show. Everybody out there, we love you. I'm going to bail on this so I can hold my marriage together. Peace and love, everybody.